When the Liverpool hierarchy sanctioned the £36.9 million purchase of Mohamed Salah in June 2017, it was a transfer that represented Johan Jurgen Klopp's most expensive acquisition of his managerial career at the time. There was a collective raising of eyebrows among English football fans. Salah had spent the past 2.5 seasons in Serie A looking to reignite his career following a disastrous spell with Chelsea, where he twice found himself shipped out on loan. The Egyptian mustered just 13 league appearances in his 3 seasons at Stamford Bridge, eventually ending his Premier League torment by securing a permanent move to Roma. 3 years on, and what had looked to be a gamble now represents one of the best pieces of business done by the Reds in the Premier League era. Having recently secured their maiden Premier League crown 30 years after their last top-flight triumph, the Merseysiders' purchases of Alisson and Virgil van Dijk have rightly been lauded as hugely influential factors in the club's success. However, the signing of Salah in 2017 was the real catalyst for this season's triumph. Since Klopp's Anfield tenure began in October 2015, the club had made clear progression and the German tactician's ethos and style was beginning to glean results. However, despite evident improvements defensively, a talismanic figure who could spearhead the club's charge towards silverware was still top of the manager's wish list. Salah's extraordinary maiden campaign at Liverpool saw him notch a staggering 44 goals in all competitions. Prior to this, the most prolific marksmen in Klopp's first 2 seasons with the club had been Daniel Sturridge and Philippe Coutinho, with measly returns of 13 and 14 respectively. Klopp had finally found his talisman, and Liverpool were ready for a title charge. Perhaps the most impressive stat of Salah's 2017-18 season was that the hitman scored in 34 in his 52 appearances. There was no padding out figures against lowly opposition with multiple 3 or 4 goal hauls. The Egyptian king was a constant threat throughout the campaign. The 28-year-old's low center of gravity and quick feet have seen his tendency to cut infield from the Liverpool right become a feature of the club's play. His !S award-winning goal against Everton in his first Merseyside derby typified everything the forward is about. Having received the ball on the right with his back to goal, Salah displayed the strength to bounce off Cuco Martina, shrugging the right back to the floor, before easily skipping past the combative Idrissa Gueye and curling a superb effort into the top corner. While his goal output would be enough to see the name Salah appear first on most team sheets, no player in a Klopp side gets by on individual glory alone. Salah, along with Sadio Mane copyright and Roberto Firmino, is responsible for providing his side's first line of defense. The pressing of the Reds' front 3 sets the tone for the rest of the side, laying the foundations for Klopp's preferred gegenpressing tactic. Arguably his finest performance to date in a red shirt came during the club's run to the Champions League final in 2017-18. Salah's Liverpool career has been built on an unassuming and humble personality who transforms into one of the most lethal forwards in the world when given a sight of goal. His performance against Roma in the semi-final embodied his ruthless nature as he disposed of his former employers. The former Roma man hit 2 goals and 2 assists in an emphatic 5-2 win. After a scintillating first season on his return to English football, many questioned whether Salah had the quality and the variety of play to avoid being a one-season wonder. Such is the Egypt international's reliance on his left foot. It's clear to see why such issues were raised. However, knowing what he's going to do and stopping him are 2 very different things. He's gone on to prove he's far from just a flash in the pan, displaying consistency throughout his 3 seasons back in the Premier League, with only Alan Shearer scoring more in his first 100 games for a single Premier League team, the former Blackburn man notching 79 compared to Salah's 70. One criticism which has been leveled at the frontman, as is often the case with goal scorers, is that he's too selfish in front of goal. This criticism led to a rather public fallout earlier this season, with teammate Mane copyright showing clear frustration in the Reds' clash with Burnley at Turf Moor. While he does possess the greedy streak required to become a top marksman, his 54 assists in the last 4 seasons prove he's a team player who's just full of confidence, rather than an egotistical individual with his own interests at heart. Most recently against Aston Villa, Salah displayed new and the awareness of those around him to selflessly nod the ball back to Curtis Jones, allowing the youngster to notch his first goal for the club and subsequently wrap up the points for Klopp's side. Perhaps the biggest compliment you can pay Salah is not praising his individual performances but recognizing the influence he's had on the club as a whole. Already with a Premier League and Champions League winners' medal to his name, the Egyptian also holds the record for the highest win percentage of any Premier League player to play over 100 games, with his 73% win ratio eclipsing the record set by Claude Mackay copyright copyright 71%, after his 5-year spell at Chelsea. The signing of Salah might have looked like a gamble at the time, but he's proven to be arguably the Reds' most influential signing of the Premier League era, and, following Liverpool's coronation as champions of England, subsequently one of the most influential signings in Premier League history. Liverpool star Mohamed Salah has lifted on the lid on how he turned his career around after being snubbed by Jose Mourinho at Chelsea. The 29-year-old, now widely considered the best player on the planet this season, at one stage looked to be a Premier League flop rather than a world beater. In January 2014, Chelsea paid £11 million to Swiss champions Basel for Salah's signature, with the young Egyptian one of Europe's hottest properties. But the winger made just 19 appearances for the Blues across 2.5 years, with Mourinho unwilling to give Salah the required game time to develop. When I look back, I had bad advice with the situation, the Egypt captain told GQ. It was so tough for me, mentally. I couldn't handle the pressure I had from the media, coming from outside. I was not playing that much. I felt, no, I need to go. Salah did just that and enjoyed loan spells in Italy with Fiorentina and Roma, joining the latter on a permanent deal in 2016. Only a year later and he came back to England to prove his doubters wrong, with Liverpool forking out £36.9 million. You have two choices: to tell the people that they are right to put you on a bench, or to prove them wrong. The ex-Serie star went on, I needed to prove them wrong. The best thing you could have is a serious conversation with yourself. Just get a coffee and just sit like this and just ask yourself what you want. Some people can't face themselves properly, but I have no problem with that. If I'm struggling, I just face myself and just feel where I am. Despite Chelsea ending up as champions under Mourinho, former left-back Felipe Luis revealed that Salah played like Messi in training and was initially confused when he found out the electric forward was leaving. When Salah went Fiorentina, I said, "Why are you going, Momo? This is Chelsea," Luis explained to The Guardian, and he said, "I need to play." I thought, this kid's good. He never went for money or to win more, he went to show he could play. In training he was like Messi. Really? Like Messi? Ask anyone. Critics believe that Mourinho's rigid style was the reason why Salah struggled 3 years before thriving under Jurgen Klopp at Anfield. But the special one denies such claims, telling beIN Sports, via Goal, "For a start, people try to identify me as the coach that sold Salah. I am the coach that bought Salah. It's completely the wrong idea. I played against Basel in the Champions League. Salah was a kid at Basel. When I play against a certain team, I analyze a team and players for quite a long time, and I fell in love with that kid. I bought the kid." Mohamed Salah has explained why he rejected a move to Liverpool in favor of joining Chelsea in 2014. Salah was linked with a move to the Reds in January 2014, with manager Brendan Rodgers keen to sign the Egyptian winger. Tottenham had also been credited with an interest in the 23-year-old, but Liverpool moved into pole position. The Reds could not agree a fee with Salah's club FC Basel, however, and Premier League rivals Chelsea moved in quickly to secure an £11 million deal. Salah claimed a Premier League winners' medal but disappointed at Stamford Bridge and left permanently after just 18 months, joining Serie side Roma last summer. But the winger has now revealed why he rejected a move to Liverpool to join Chelsea instead. In 2014, Liverpool had wanted me for a number of months. They had opened talks in October 2013, Salah said. Negotiations took a long time, because Basel rejected more than one offer. They felt the transfer fee was not that high. I was waiting for Liverpool because I really like them. I was eager to join them. But then I received a phone call from Mourinho and that changed everything. He explained the situation to me and told me that he needed me at Chelsea. That was one of the main reasons why I joined Chelsea. Mourinho told me that he thought I was a good player and that he wanted me to pick Chelsea.